design at Vedatya, we have a concept of majors and minors. So this is in a way like what happens in international universities. A major is what we can equate with a specialization, and minors are those subjects which basically help a student align a career orientation. You are interested in fashion, but you're interested in the marketing side of fashion, or if you're interested in the business side of fashion, for example. Some other student may be interested in fashion, but in the purely on the design side or the creation side. A third student may be interested in fashion, but communication, fashion communication. So the minors are those subjects which basically help align the students' interest in the मेजर और इन द स्पेशलाइजेशन. हर स्पेशलाइजेशन में अलग अलग करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स है. ये नहीं है कि एक ही रास्ता है. देयर आर डिफरेंट करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स इन. उस करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स को अलाइन करने के लिए हम माइनर सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं. एंड उसके अलावा वी हैव अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ इलेक्टिव्स. इलेक्टिव्स वो सब्जेक्ट्स है जिसके थ्रू यू कैन एक्सप्लोर different aspects either connected to your subject or allied areas. Let's say event management. Now event management is a subject on its own. Event management के तो डिग्री ही होता है. बट अगर मान लो कि कोई फैशन स्टूडेंट है या कोई इंटीरियर्स के स्टूडेंट है या स्पेशल डिज़ाइन स्टूडेंट है, उनको इवेंट्स की तरफ उनका अंडरस्टैंडिंग डेवलप करना है, तो उनके प्रोजेक्ट्स में दे कैन एक्चुअली स्टार्ट एक्सप्लोरिंग इवेंट मैनेजमेंट इन देयर प्रोजेक्ट. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट electives आर अबाउट. सो बेसिकली मेजर्स, माइनर्स एंड electives का कॉम्बिनेशन में हमारे सारे कोर्सेस होते हैं जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं. तो एक एक प्रोजेक्ट में एक स्टूडेंट जो है अपना पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डअप होता है. मेजर्स का अगर बात करते हैं तो 5 मेजर्स हैं हमारे. एक वन इज व्हाट वी कॉल एज कम्युनिकेशन, मीडिया एंड एडवर्टाइजिंग. सो इट्स अ कम्युनिकेशन डिज़ाइन ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्राम बट विद अ फोकस ऑन द मीडिया एंड एडवर्टाइजिंग इंडस्ट्री. सो इट्स एन इंडस्ट्री ओरिएंटेड communication designs program with that industry in focus. इसमें as minors and subsets you can be doing animation, VFX, film making, graphic design तो होता ही होता है. So all of these combinations are possible under the umbrella of a communication, media and advertising program. Then we have what we call fashion and creative industries. Fashion is the overall umbrella. But within fashion also there are so many different areas. For example, accessory design हो गया, footwear हो गया, jewelry हो गया. So these are all lifestyle oriented aspects of fashion. So that's why for us, fashion and creative industries. It also includes things like crafts, because a lot of fashion and a lot of these kind of work happen with crafts, craft-based production, whether it is textiles or whether it is jewelry and various other things. So that is why we have the major called fashion and creative industries. Again, the minors that align with these could be in the area of fashion business management, luxury, design for luxury. Then we have added another element, or we want to promote an element of sustainability, studies of sustainability, recycling, upcycling, then circular economy. So these are the kind of things concerning the fashion industry. So that's why we call it fashion and creative industries with all these minors and electives. Third major we have is experience design and curation. So this is basically about digital products. To digital products, so everybody has heard about UI UX, for example. So UI UX is one part of a digital product design experience or program. And other than UI UX, we have now other kind of digital experiences. So that includes things like AR, VR, mixed reality, then a bit of things like service design. Service design is another area that is becoming very important in the design of digital products, how that product and service is delivered. So experience design and curation with minors in things like service design, in technology, design and technology. So these are the subjects that inform. Then we have a major called environments and space design, which is essentially about interiors, exteriors, spaces. So design of spaces. Our program does not restrict a student to do only interiors or only do one kind of work. They can explore exteriors, they can explore anything that is connected with spaces, including possibly virtual spaces. So there again we have minors which align with them, things like project management, how to manage the entire project workflow, how to plan such activities. Then things like, for example, temporary structures, temporary spaces, exhibitions, event design. So all of this come under the environments and space design major. And our fifth major is visual arts and culture. So this is basically for all those students who are interested in fine arts, who don't want to get into the design side but more on the art side. But our program, the differentiator is that we are having minors in that, where the student understands art practice, how to become a successful artist, how to get your output in the right places, how to interact with let's say curators or curatorial practice, how to maybe seek project funding, how to collaborate with other artists. So this is all part of the visual arts and culture major, and some of these subjects which I mentioned are the minors. So in a way all of these are executed through projects. तो क्या होता है कि अगर मान लीजिए आपका कोई एक एक्स मेजर है और आपके एक माइनर है, साथ में एक इलेक्टिव है, आपका चॉइस है, इट्स नॉट व्हाट वी आर टेलिंग यू, आप चूज़ करते हो, उसके हिसाब से आप प्रोजेक्ट बिल्डअप करते हो, और वो जो प्रोजेक्ट बिल्डअप होता है दैट इज़ देन फॉर्म्स योर पोर्टफोलियो. द फर्स्ट ईयर वी हैव 6 projects. By second year you would have completed around 13 projects, and by the time you finish 4 years you would have completed around 24 projects. And these projects include industry-led projects also, they include classroom projects also. There are 4 internships that happen through the entire 4 years, with a final internship in the last final year. There are international and national study tours which are part of the curriculum. They are embedded into the curriculum. Even some of the costs of these tours will be adjusted in the fees.
So I'll be talking about the examination process, the fee and the scholarships. So from the beginning we first have an application form that the students have to fill, because there is a basic entrance test that the students have to qualify. The minimum eligibility for that is you have to get a minimum 50% in your 10+2, and the application is freely available on the website, so the students can go on the website, and we'll obviously provide the links for that, so you can access the link and fill the form. After that there will be some basic counseling with the faculty as well as the admissions team. Our entrance exam is starting from April 16th, so we have our first batch of entrance on April 16th, and after that the results will be disclosed in about a week to 10 days. So the exam, in the exam, if we talk about the structure, there's a written exam aspect, which is like a general intelligence test, so it has some part of GK, aptitude, design aptitude specifically, essay questions, so it's more or less like a generic general intelligence test. And then there's a 50% weightage for that and 50% for the interview. So the faculty will be taking your interview. It's a 20 to 30 minute interview that happens.
Just to add there, basically what we are looking for is more from, I would say, it's a combination of obviously aptitude and attitude both. It's not that we are looking for people with high level of skill only. It's not as if we are looking for a certain specialized interest, because in our program the first 2 years is interdisciplinary. So you have, as a student, you have the choice to explore different areas. So what we are looking for is a general ability or a general inclination towards creative subjects, and we don't distinguish between art and design. So if somebody who is very keen on drawing and painting and the art side, also welcome. Somebody who is keen on the technical side, you know, understanding about mechanisms and things like that, if somebody has that orientation, they are also welcome. Ultimately, a combination of both is what will create a good output. So really it's the aptitude in a sense of being able to take up creative activities, and the attitude that you want to actually learn something which is more creative, something which is out of the box. So that sort of combination is what we're looking for. Portfolio is important. It's part of the process. It's an important process for us. So you need to know some amount of general knowledge, some amount of creative understanding of the creative field. So these kind of general questions you will find.
And then after the entrance exam, after the declaration of the results, we also have scholarships. So we have merit-based scholarships, and so that's based on our entrance exam as well as your other parameters are like the NID ranking, the NIFT ranking, and also your 10 plus 2 markings. So whatever your board exam marks are there, we provide scholarships. So they can start from somewhere 75,000 to 1 to 1.5 lakh as well. So that can be disclosed after the entrance exam results. And other than that, if we talk about the fee, so the total fee of the program is 15,57,600, and over and above we have the scholarships, merit-based scholarships.
We have 3 exit options that we are offering the students. The first exit option is at 1 year with a certificate. The second exit option is at the end of 2 years with a diploma. Now, both of these exit options will give you a certificate or a diploma in what we call interdisciplinary design studies. So it is not specialization oriented, but a student who wants to specialize in any one of those majors can also do all the projects in these 2 years according to that major. Then we have the third exit option, which is at the end of 4 years, which is a Bachelor of Design degree, which of course the certificate, diploma and the degree are awarded by Gurugram University. And as mentioned earlier as well, that we are the off-site campus of Gurugram University. So these 3 exit options are there, and because it's a project-based learning, the student is able to build what they want in their portfolio. So it is not a teacher-driven exercise, it's not a teacher-oriented learning process, it's a learner-oriented process. And it is also a peer learning oriented process. So just to, like, for example, if I talk about the faculty, we are looking at mentors, industry mentors who are actually taking the classes, not really only the in-house faculty. And it's a lot of teamwork, a lot of collaboration, and a lot of collaborative learning. So with all these kind of things, our belief is that as a student, you are ready to face the industry at different levels. So if you finish the 2 years and you get a diploma, you are eligible, or you will be eligible to get at least an entry-level job in the creative industries. You finish the 4 years, you may not be at the entry level, you may be actually 1 or 2 rungs above. So your projects, your portfolio, the depth as well as breadth of the work that you present in the portfolio is what we are wanting to get you to do. So that gives a very strong footing once you start working, immediately after you finish.
In fact, we can discuss, like, we have 13 projects that the students will be completing in the first 2 years itself,
Yes,
and then 24 projects in total.
I mentioned what I mentioned a little while ago. So because ultimately creative industries में portfolio ही होता है.
Exactly.
आपके portfolio का value, how different is your portfolio from, let's say, another student or another graduate? How different is your portfolio or the portfolios of your class from this institution? How different is that from that of another institution? So these are the things that when you go for a job, when recruiters come to the campus and आपसे जब बात करते हैं, वो लोग यही देखते हैं. सिखाए तो सब कुछ है, बट आपने क्या सीखा है, आपने उसको कैसे ट्रांसलेट किया, आपका जो लर्निंग को कैसे ट्रांसलेट किया, किस आउटपुट में बनाया है, ये बहुत ज़रूरी है एक रिक्रूटर को देखना. जो रिक्रूटर एक आम लेवल पे हायर करना चाहते हैं, वो तो कहीं से भी लेंगे, बट वो रिक्रूटर जो एक हायर लेवल पे हायर करना चाहते हैं या स्किल सेट चाहते हैं, वो आम लेवल पे नहीं लेंगे. दे विल लुक फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन हु हैज़ दैट कैपेबिलिटी. So if there are 20 students who are out there with a portfolio, they will choose those 4 or 5 only. We want our students to be part of that 4 or 5 who the recruiter is actually looking for, not just somebody they are generally trying to take. So this is basically what we are looking for.